Chapter 3 Performing Calculations in Excel. Chapter Outline. In this chapter, you will learn formulas in Excel, performing calculations in Excel, types of cell references, using cell references with multiple worksheets, functions in Excel, auto-sum feature, error results. Ambi. Hey KB, what are you doing in your notebook? KB. Ambi, I'm working on my math project. It involves a lot of calculations. Ambi. Math project? That sounds challenging. What kind of calculations are you working on? KB. It is a basic mathematical calculation to find sum, average and other calculations. Ambi. Are you doing all that by hand? KB. Yes, Ambi. I've been trying to, but keep making small mistakes. Ambi, you know you can use Excel for this. It is a powerful software for doing calculations and analyzing data. KB, Excel for math projects? Ambi, yes, you can input your data and use various functions to perform the calculations automatically. KB, can you please help me using these functions in Excel? Ambi, definitely KB. I will help you in doing your project. Let's get started. In the previous chapter, you have learnt about various editing and formatting features of MS Excel. In this chapter, you will learn how to perform calculations in MS Excel using formulas. One of the most powerful features in Excel is the ability to calculate numerical information using formulas. Just like a calculator, Excel can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. In this lesson, you will learn how to use cell references to create simple formulas. Formulas in Excel. In Excel, formulas are written differently from how you write them in maths. An Excel formula always starts with an equals sign and it contains values, cell references, functions, and operators. Values. Values are the numbers or text values that can be entered directly in a formula. Values are also known as constants. For example, 215, G2 or 12.9. Cell references. While you can create simple formulas in Excel manually, for example, is equal to 2 plus 2 or is equal to 5 asterisk 5, most of the time you will use cell addresses to create a formula. This is known as making a cell reference. Using cell references will ensure that your formulas are always accurate because you can change the value of reference cells without having to write the formula. For example, A8, B7 is to B18 or A9 is to F15. Functions. They are built-in formulas in MS Excel such as sum, average, etc. Functions will be explained later in the chapter. Operators. Excel uses standard operators for formulas such as a plus sign for addition, a minus sign for subtraction, an asterisk for multiplication, a forward slash for division, and a caret for exponents. By combining a mathematical operator with cell references, you can create a variety of simple formulas in Excel. Cell address equal to symbol is equal to A1 plus B3 into C3 plus sum A4 is to A6 range function mathematical operators. Performing calculations in Excel. You can perform calculations with ease using formulas in Excel. Let us calculate the sum of the numbers in B2, B3, B4 and so on till B8 and display the result in B9. Enter the data as shown in figure 3.1. Select cell B9 and start typing is equal to now. Click on the cell B2. The address will appear in cell B9. Type plus sign after that. Further repeat the steps till B8 or type is equal to B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 plus B6 plus B7 plus B8, figure 3.2. Press the enter key. Cell B9 will display the total of all the values, figure 3.3. Some other examples of formulas are is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 by 3 is equal to A1 asterisk B2 plus B3 asterisk D3 minus E3 by 5 is equal to A2 asterisk B3 minus C8 by 3. Smart Connect. Formulas in Microsoft Excel are not case sensitive, that is, A1 is same as A1. Quick tips. Use the fill handle to copy a formula to different cells of a spreadsheet. Quick tips. Use of Alt plus is equal to as a shortcut to sum a column. If you want to quickly sum the contents of a column, select the cell immediately below the column and type Alt plus is equal to. Using ampersand operator. The ampersand symbol is used to join two or more text strings. Joining two or more text values is called concatenation. Types of cell references. There are three types of cell references: relative reference, absolute reference, mixed reference. Smart Connect. MS Excel follows the BEDMAS rule to evaluate mathematical expressions. Excel uses this method automatically when a formula contains more than one operator. Relative reference. By default, all cell references are relative references. When copied across multiple cells, they change based on the relative position of rows and columns. For example, if you copy the formula is equal to A1 plus B1 from row 1 to row 2, Excel automatically changes the reference to match the location of cells, that is equal to A2 plus B2. Relative references are especially convenient whenever you need to repeat the same calculation. When you copy or move the formula to other cells, the reference cells automatically gets changed. This is known as relative reference. Absolute reference. There may be times when you do not want a cell reference to change when filling cells. Unlike relative references, absolute references do not change when copied or filled. You can use an absolute reference to keep a row and/or column constant. So we can say that when we do not want to change the address of the cell on copying the formula to another cell, the absolute reference is used. An absolute reference is designated in a formula by the addition of a dollar sign. It can precede the column reference, the row reference, or both. For example, $A$1 plus $A$2 plus $A$3. Smart Connect. Be sure to include the dollar sign whenever you are making an absolute reference across multiple cells. Otherwise, this will cause the spreadsheet to interpret it as a relative reference, producing an incorrect result when copied to other cells. Mixed reference. Mixed reference is a combination of relative and absolute reference. In this type of reference, either a row or a column has to remain fixed. For example, $A1 plus A$2. Enter the data as shown in figure 3.4. Click on the cell D3 and type is equal to $B3 asterisk $C3 asterisk D$1. Press the Enter key, figure 3.5. Click, hold and drag the fill handle over the cells you wish to fill, figure 3.6. Smart Tips. To modify a formula, select the cell containing the formula and then press F2 or change the formula in the formula bar. Using cell references with multiple worksheets. Most spreadsheet programs allow you to refer to any cell on any worksheet, which can be especially helpful if you want to refer a specific value from one worksheet to another. To do this, you will simply need to begin the cell reference with the worksheet name, followed by an exclamation point. For example, if you wanted to reference cell A1 on sheet 1, its cell reference would be sheet 1 exclamation A1. Now let us consider an example. In our example below, we'll calculate the total marks by adding the marks of Unit Test 1, Unit Test 2 and annual exam of each student. Look at the worksheet 1 and worksheet 2 named Unit Test and Mark Sheet respectively. Enter the data as shown in figure 3.7. Enter the data on sheet 2 as shown in figure 3.8. Click on the cell C2 and type is equal to unit test exclamation D2 plus B2 figure 3.9. Press the enter key figure 3.10. Click, hold and drag the fill handle over the cells you wish to fill. Cell C2 is equal to C8 in our example figure 3.11. Smart Connect. Note that if a worksheet name contains a space, you will need to include single quotation marks around the name. For example, if you wanted reference cell A1 on a worksheet named Students Data, its cell reference would be Students Data exclamation A1. Quick quiz. Which operator is used to join two or more text strings?